Do you lose your iPad and get depressed? Do you get in the scale before and after a hearty meal? Have you ever felt identified with the phrase, "I can't live my life without you"? Stay with me and learn what is attachment and what to do to free yourself from before it changes. Happy present moment and welcome to Jeanette Salvatierra TV. I'm your host, Jeanette Salvatierra. Attachment is an obsessive bond that is established with an idea, with a situation, with people, and even with emotions and sensations. Usually, we say that all those things are the source of attachment. It originates for three reasons. One, because the source provides pleasure. Two, it gives you a sense of security. And three, it represents a form of self-realization. That is, it gives meaning to your life. Attachment should not be confused with passion. While your relationship or idea with the person, with that emotion, don't dominate your will or enslave you. Your passion for the source is healthy. For example, you can be passionate about soccer because you practice, because you go to as many encounters as you can, you see them on television, but if you cannot do anything of this, nothing happens. You are as calm as ever. So learn to distinguish from obsessive passion or a healthy passion. Obsessions make you feel desperate, insatiable. So be attentive to all these signs. No? Obsessive passion, that is attachment, is close to addiction. In fact, in the English language, the word addiction is referred to this type of behavior in which you are a slave to desire because it controls you and stop being yourself. This kind of desire is what Buddhists call the foolish desire. The opposite of attachment is detachment. And detachment is emotional independence. You don't have a master, nor you are subjected to anything or anyone. You are free. At the highest levels of detachment, you recognize that the only thing that you really have is yourself, your soul, your essence. You become even detached from the need to the physical body not to age. Why it is important to talk about attachment today? Precisely in May 2020, because the situation in the global environment is going to cause major changes in our way of life. And I don't want to sound like a prophet of disaster. First, because what I'm telling you is not prophetic. Actually, changes are already happening since several weeks ago or even months already. Second, because these changes don't have to be disastrous. Above all, you should be prepared to assume them with full awareness and responsibility. So that's why I decided to talk about attachment and detachment today. For us to reflect, creating that awareness that will allow us to embrace change in a positive way. We are already living that change, and therefore we will be able, practicing detachment, to feel less pain or no pain at all. Maybe you're thinking, I don't have any attachment. I understand you because I thought like that some times ago, until I reflected reading the book of the Argentinian psychologist Walter Rizzo. The name of this book is Detachment Without Anesthesia, on which this video is based. I was telling that through that book, I learned some techniques that I acquired and applied, and I found some attachments that after I researched a little bit about them, I found that are very common these days. Before I proceed, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel, to activate notifications by clicking on the little bell, and to comment your opinions or doubts. And if you like this video, just express yourself with a like or share it with your friends. When you talk about attachment, the first thing that occurs to you probably is attachment to a person, a romantic partner, for example. One of those stormy stories or relationships, toxic indeed, which are described in many movies and novels. But this is not the only example of attachment. In fact, there are other forms of attachment even more common than that one. Many times we ignore they are forms of attachment. There are three postmodernist or 21st century attachments, of which many people suffer. Number one is the attachment to the connected technology, internet, the PCs, tablets, cell phones, and not just the devices, also to the message, to the Instagram photo, to immediacy. The second most popular attachment from postmodernism is attachment to work. And you can be attached to work for the need of prestige or for the triumph over competition, for the money that pushes to work more and more hours with more details, in a spiral of insatiable need, neglecting even information that the body sends to you, which generate all kinds of diseases. For example, male impotency, heart disease, even nowadays in women. And the third postmodernist attachment is the attachment to beauty. The obsession with fitness, the body with perfect measurements, or the vigorexia, which is the attachment to growing muscle to look fit in men. This attachment to beauty hides a deep need to be accepted. Attachment, according to Buddhism, is cause number one of human suffering, and Rizzo pointed that it is the cause of mental suffering. Many times we develop attachments by mental devices, that is, needs that are instilled in us that are not natural as part of consumerism or ideologies or lifestyles. I repeat that the opposite of attachment is detachment. Detachment is freedom, because with detachment I understand that I am valuable as I am without copying anyone or keep me a slave to a source of attachment. I understand that not all things are permanent, and I am ready for loss. I embrace, I accept the uncertainties, and I prepare for whatever it happens. And even though the loss hurts, my life doesn't end without it. How to develop detachment? First of all, reflecting on that relationship, that object or source of attachment. Does it really defines me? Categorically, without a doubt. It is essential for me to continue living, for me to be happy. Second, I recommend you make a list and reflect on every potential attachment, people, objects, situations, or status. Sensations. If I lose my job or my partner, my home, this car, what happened to me? You can use the following questions to help you in your reflection. Is this person, object, situation essential for 1. My happiness, 2. My security, 3. My personal fulfillment or life mission? Finally, practice progressive detachment. For example, if your boyfriend doesn't call you, wait an hour, and after that you can wait another hour more. And another example of practicing detachment, and my favorite, is open a chocolate bar, look at it, don't eat it. Thus you will strengthen your willpower. I invite you to use these days of confinement at home to review your attachments. Develop detachment from what doesn't suit you, or you may have to go away, and prepare like this for the changes that will be here soon. Detachment is not heartbreak, selflessness, or necessarily it implies loneliness. Conversely, detachment is the exercise of your ability to choose, of living without something or someone, that letting it go, that thing that makes you unhappy. Reencountering with yourself with love, your self-worth, and your self-esteem. Thanks for watching. Blessing for you and your work, and see you soon in an upcoming episode of Jeanette Salvatierra TV.